Hi everyone, welcome to the Awakening Your Inner Power TV show. I hope that you are all able to hear me. Please let me know. I'm just going to make sure that we are live on Facebook at the moment, just to check in while we do that. How is everyone? What a glorious day in Brisbane it is today, and I'm so looking forward to today's session. Just let me know if you can hear me at all. I just not able to see it, so I'm just going to move along and hopefully everyone will be able to hear me. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Welcome. And today I want to go back to our energy, understanding your energy. And I'm going to have a couple of processes to do towards the end of today's show. So I want to share that with you so that we do all have ways to actually use our energy and keep it safe and protected. So that's what the conversation is about today. And I invite you to open up that conversation with any comments and questions that you may have for today. Just reiterating that I'm not a psychic medium. I don't foresee the future. And so I'm not an expert in that area, and I don't bring that to the table. What I am doing is discussing certain areas of our life where we can increase our energy and our flow to really increase everything that we do in our life and have a better life for ourselves and for our loved ones. So some of you may not be aware that all energy that we're all energy, and that your energy affects everyone around you, including the lead time into something before you go into. I just can't see where this is live at the moment, so I'm hoping that, okay, maybe this is it. Hopefully, perfect, beautiful, we're in. Excellent. Hello, Natasha. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Tamira, Kerry, Beverly, and Lynette. Welcome to this week's show. I wasn't able to see that a second ago, so I do apologise for that. I invite you to open up the conversation and really come forward with any questions that you may have. Hi, Dory. And, as I share the information that I want to share with you today, like I said, I'm going to have some processes so that you can understand how to better protect your energy and, your awareness when you're entering certain areas such as shopping centres, airports, and that sort of thing, where all that energy can become really scrambled. So that's something I want to share with you today. So I hope that you're up for that. It will only take a moment to do it, but I think it's really important to understand the simple things and techniques that you can use on a daily basis to protect yourself. And, like I was saying, that energy is whatever activities have taken place prior to you going to a meeting or meeting up with anybody, whether it's friends or business. And it's important that you understand how to clear it, and this is part of the reason why I want to share these processes with you today. So all your energy body is really relevant, especially prior to going into something important or meeting up with somebody who's really important, and you want to make a really big impression on yourself. So, you know, it's all, and every energy is all the same. It doesn't change. So what frequency your energy is aligned at is the frequency of the energy of the people that you're going to attract into your life. You know, when you think about that you're constructed of energy, that includes being right down to your body proteins and your DNA, then, you know, it's quite amazing to think that every part of your body can really have an effect on everything that you do. And the high energy frequency that you want to project can easily be recovered so that you can bring a great energy to everything that you do, everything that you attend, provide, and create. If you're in business, I'd love to know actually who is in business that's watching today. Please let me know. Jasmine, welcome. Hello, Michelle. Welcome, welcome. Please, yeah, just let me know if you are in business, if you're in small business, because it's really important that business people really connect with each other. And, you know, we do a lot to, you know, try and do everything ourselves, particularly if you're in the first 4 to 5 years of business. It can really be very overwhelming. And, you know, part of this whole process is to increase the activities that you do in your business on a daily basis to increase the energy that you project to your potential clients. So yeah, really, really important. Michelle, yes, in business. Kerry, in small business. Wow, awesome. And Tammy, your husband has a small business, so you would understand how challenging that can be when you've been in business for the first 3 to 5 years, where you're still trying to do everything yourself. The overwhelm really does take over, and you feel like you're just being defeated on a daily basis, and it's really time to refocus and regroup and come back to that. Taking the jump into, wow, awesome. Amanda, I'd love to have a chat to you about that if I can help you out and provide you with any advice in doing that. I've had 3 businesses, so I really do understand, you know, what that's like. But yes, if you need any assistance, please feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to have a friendly chat with you and just help you out in that area. So I am inviting you to ask any questions and writing your comments in here. If you've got friends that may be interested in this weekly show, I would love for you to invite them along. And, you know, you can click on the link and actually get a reminder so that you don't miss this show every week. So that's a really great thing. Or tag them in a post. And, you know, these are conversations that can be open up and provide great discussions afterwards, particularly if you've got friends that are joining you on this show. You know, your energy dances around inside like building blocks and communicating with each other, you know, and the world around you. And it's trying to give you the information at every step that you take. And your energies are vibrant and flowing, communicating your own and with the universal energy fields and directly determining your degree of health or lack of it. Now, your body will always give you signs of something that's wrong well before you actually take notice of it, more often than not. Unless you're really in tune with your body and able to understand what's going on, those little niggly things that come across our body and our system, you know, that we just don't tend to really take notice of, it's really important to tap into those so that you don't actually end up with something more severe than what you originally started off with. You know, different cultures call these things, you know, different cultures call different things about your energy and your flow and your, you know, the way that your energy talks to you. You know, for instance, the Chinese call it chai or chi, and the Indians and Tibetans refer to it as prana. The Japanese call it kai. Christians might call it the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit, and just for a bit of fun, the Beach Boys call it good vibrations. So, you know, it doesn't matter where you're from or what you believe, there is something that will align with you that you're able to do that. You know, some cultures will even go so far as to argue their energy is different to others, but we all know it's not. At the end of the day, your intuition will always let you know that this energy is a universal language. And you know that even if you don't speak the same language as somebody else, that you can always communicate through, you know, the language of the body and what it's doing and how you're feeling. So everybody can relate to that language. It's perfect, you know, no matter where you are. You know, an example of somebody's energy can be something along the lines of, if you've ever gone to an event or you've ever experienced somebody who walks into a room, say for instance you're feeling really anxious all of a sudden, you just don't realize what's going on until that one person walks in the room, and they just send out this energy of confusion. Well, they're trying to make out that it's really high energy, and at the end of the day, it really isn't. They have not had a great morning. They've been rushing, and, you know, it's really not a great energy to have. And the reason that you're feeling anxious is your energy is connecting with that energy before they even walk into the room. So if you've ever had that feeling, and you've experienced somebody walking in who's like that, then you will really, really understand how that all feels, and that energy is energy, and energies do connect to other energies. Okay, so, you know, how are we going with our questions? Thank you, Tammy. Yes, so all of that, all of what I've just talked about is really important to understand. So all about your energy, how you're feeling and what you're doing. And really, it doesn't matter what you think, feel or speak. None of it matters unless your energy connects to actually the words that you're putting out there. And, you know, if you've not been able to eliminate effectively an energy source from your being that, you know, where you may have had something go wrong that hour, anywhere up to an hour or even more prior to attending a meeting or you know, something important that's really important to you, then you may not be able to release that energy sufficiently to actually bring across what you're feeling, what your energy is, and what words you're speaking. It's so different. And, you know, aligning that all together is really, really important. Sometimes it's worth thinking about if you've ever been to a meeting. And hi, Raquel. Welcome to the show today. You know, if you've ever noticed that you know, on different days, say for instance, where you've had really good energy, everything's gone beautifully in the morning, you walk into a meeting and your participation through that meeting is, you know, great confidence, and you're really interacting well and you're doing all sorts of things, compared to if you've had not such a great morning and you've gone to a meeting and you just really sit back and you let others take charge of what's going on, then, you know, the difference is all due to the energy that you bring to that meeting. So it is important to understand that. And if you're not in a positive frequency, then your thoughts, which actually equal your actions, equal your words, can really start to turn into a negative, you know, sort of conversation, Or alternatively, if you've ever wondered why you're in a room and suddenly you feel that uncomfortable feeling, as I said before, of, suddenly stressed or irritated or whatever that might be, it might be that one person that's walked in, that's been in a situation that morning where they really haven't been able to have a smooth lead into that. And that's why it's really important to understand how to attune your energies and pick up the difference between what they're saying and what their energy actually is. So let's have a look at some more comments here. Michelle, what about when you see and know someone is not good with you? Don't know why, but there is just something not right. Okay. So is that, to clarify that, something not right with her towards you? So you feel like she's putting out a bad energy, or you feel like there's no connection there on her part or your part? Just if you can clarify that with me, that would be great. You're welcome, Raquel. You're welcome. Just clarify that for me, Michelle. That would be fantastic. I know we've got a little bit of a delay, so I will wait for that to come back. Remember that, when you continue to see this behavior from others, it's really important. So, ideas of how to get out of a negative energy phase that lasts for a few days. Yeah, I'm going to take you through a couple of processes, Tammy. Hopefully that will help you. So I really do hope that, this information will help and assist you. And I think sometimes you've got to, with getting out of that negative energy, sometimes you've just got to tap into your own intuition and really tap into your heart chakra and start to really look at some self-care, some self-nurturing, and even do some meditation around that. That's what I would recommend. That's what I do for myself. It's not always easy to shake that negative energy, particularly if it goes on for a few days. So just taking the time to put that into yourself. And it may just be about self-care. It's really important to look after yourself all the time. So Michelle, back to you. There's something not right with her towards you. I just need clarification on that so I can move into a little bit further for you. Answering what you've got there so far, if you get a feeling on someone, look, I know myself, and I'll give you an example of what I've done. I have had experiences with people where I've thought, that person's not for me. And down the track, even, 2 years later, I've met this person or been introduced to them and spent some time with them, and I still have that feeling about them. I think everybody is worth respecting to the point of actually, trying to understand what that is about that person, particularly if they become part of your network and a close part of the network. And, trying to understand from their point and maybe ask them some questions and get to know them a little bit better. Sometimes that person isn't for you. At the end of the day, there may be an underlying issue that's causing that for that person, that's putting out that energy. So there's any number of reasons that could be, and I'd love to be able to clarify that a little bit more for you. I would love to know more about that situation. And if you're not in a position to put that up publicly, please reach out to me in a private message. Donna Ferguson from Unique Vibrations, and I'm more than happy to assist you with that anytime that you're ready to have that conversation, and I'm happy to have a conversation with you around that. So hopefully that helps, Michelle. Sometimes it is about just going with your intuition But sometimes it's also about an underlying issue that maybe you need to get to know that person a bit better, and maybe there's something there that you can help them with. Just depends on your situation and your circumstances. You're welcome, Tammy, no problem at all. So, you know, those things really do help. You know, if you've noticed that sometimes words might come out of somebody's mouth that's somewhat different to what the energy is that they're trying to put across, you will always know whether that's aligned or not, and whether it's aligned with you. I'm just going to have a drink of water because I'm very dry this morning. This can be referred to as being out of alignment or disproportional or even out of balance in a spiritual sense. And it's really important to know what that is that's creating that. And again, it's going back within, tapping into that intuition and finding out what that is exactly that's causing that feeling, or what you think might be out of balance or out of alignment. And your aura is an electrical energy that emanates from the chakras and arrives quite some time before you do too. So it's important to know that that energy that comes in is about your aura as well. So, you know, people often say, "Oh, I felt your aura coming in before you did, and I thought you must have been just around the corner." So, you know, if somebody knows your energy, that's what they're going to say, things like that. And also, you know, this produces your moods and your feelings and your tone, and it's a sense of what people pick up on. And it also produces your health and well-being. Your energetic body goes on a decline before you get sick in the physical form, and this is what I mentioned a little bit earlier on as well. So it's important to keep yourself physically healthy, and balance. Balance is key. Work-life balance is really important to keep your energetic body in a good place. If you're aligned in all areas of your life, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, then you'll find that your energy will also be aligned with what you're, you know, with all those things, what you're hearing, what you're speaking, what you're allowing to come into your energy and tap into that. It's really quite, you know, quite a big part of being aligned. You'll find that your energy will also be aligned, and you'll have a calm, harmonious, serene, and tranquil extension of yourself. And that in itself just brings you that balanced energy everywhere that you go. So work-life balance is really important, and taking time out for yourself. So many people don't do that. And the energy that you want people to feel and accept, it's really important as well, you know. This is when people will get fascinated and intrigued with who you are, and they'll just come right to you and want to engage with you and learn more about who you are. And, you know, this is the energy that you're going to be attracting in return. So if that's how you feel, that's what you're going to bring back, which is really great. You know, energy is everything that you eat, everything and everyone that you come in contact with, who you're attracting, who you surround yourself with. And, you know, they all affect you energetically in some way, shape or form. Places are a collection of energies. You know, this is what I was talking about before. When you go to a shopping centre, or, you know, you go to an airport, you know, there's good and bad energies there, and they get very scrambled, and they can easily intrude into your energy circle, and, you know, really start to move into and change your own energy. So, you know, examples of this would be, if you're in close proximity to somebody that you dislike, the energy can be intense. So, you know, Michelle, that might be something that you were referring to earlier. You know, when you are next to somebody and they're attracted to you, but you feel a different kind of energy from them. If you're in, for example, and this is quite extreme, but if you're in a jail, in a jail cell, your energy would feel so completely different to if you were sitting on the beach. When some people walk into a room, you can feel their energy. And that's what we've talked about a little bit earlier. And when you walk into a party or a club, you can feel that energy. People also give or pass on to you the energy, and sometimes that can be good or bad. And some people take it on, and some people are able to just reflect that or deflect that off and put it back somewhere else. So any more comments coming in? Not anymore at the moment. Okay, we'll keep moving through. So humans have a very complex energy system, and that consists of 7 main energy centers, or the chakras as we know them, and channels that channels and distributes the energy to all parts of our organs, which are known as our meridians. Now, for those of you who are not aware, this is why I'm giving so much simplified information as well, because not everybody is aware of what these are. And while modern orthodox medicine, for the most part, ignore the vital components of life, there are some medical doctors who are really starting to introduce that energy medicine or the alternate methods into their practices these days, which, thank goodness, is amazing. There's also your life story that affects your energy. What's your journey or your story been about, and how has that affected your life? Are these still suppressed triggers that come up, and do you know how to release them? So many questions to ask yourself, So let me know if you've got anything's come up during that part of the conversation today. I know personally I've evolved and learned to manage my energy and really honour the moment that I told my story for the very first time. And that was at an event where I was live streamed to the world. So not only did I share that with some very personal people in the room, I actually shared it with the world. And managing that energy and around you and the circumstances of your life is really powerful, and can, really give you some power within yourself. As part of my work, I facilitate a safe space for women to share their stories and become comfortable with themselves and empower themselves as they evolve and transform through what we like to do in business, and refocus them and really get that energy that's not required in their business to bring in a new and more positive energy. And, definitely assist you on your journey forward. So the Spiritual Events Directory, there's a lot of empaths that work in that area, and this heightens their ability to be able to work with others on an energetical level. But it's also super important for them to really clear that energy before they go on to another client, because they need to have that clean slate before the next person. Otherwise, it's possible to do transferring of somebody else's energy. Now, none of us would want that, and I can appreciate where that's from. So when you're in amongst crowds or at events that can also become very attuned to others' energy, especially, the bad energies that can attach, can give you a feeling of being down or even depressed, or that negative energy, perhaps, Tammy, that you had a little bit earlier, you mentioned, can give you a feeling of exhaustion and tiredness, and therefore it's really super important to protect your own energy, as I said. So traces of energy are all around us, and, and this can really be picked up through the energy that we project. So I want to go through a bit of a grounding process now. If you're all up for that, please let me know. Yes, 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 in the comments if you're really up for this process. You know, and this is about, you know, really being able to ground yourself in a really great way. And I want you to get really comfortable. No, she has communicated rudely and it's passive. Okay. All right. You know, Michelle, that's, I think I was talking about how you can protect yourself from that. And, you know, if that's something that you're not willing to allow into your energy base self anymore, then, you know, there's steps of, you know, we talk about we want to declutter our wardrobe. Well, sometimes as you go on your energy and spiritual journey, others aren't prepared to support you any longer. And so sometimes we have to also declutter not just our wardrobes, but our friends, or our circle of influences, because we're just not aligned with them anymore. Take that as, you know, everybody's in our life for a reason or a season, and, you know, there's always something to take away from that. So hopefully that's helped. It can be a slow process where you make available a slow progression to removing that person. It's something that you can do where you control the time and the amount of time that you have. So, you know, if it's somebody that you see in person and you really want to start to remove that person, then make sure you've always got something on immediately after, and only allow perhaps an hour of your time with that person, and then move on. And if she's, you know, if that person starts being a little bit negative towards you, or, you know, what did you call it, passively rude to you, then, or sarcasm, whatever you want to call that, and it can be many different things, then I would highly recommend that, you know, perhaps you have to run a little bit earlier than you anticipated. Always great. You know, I have a business coach who always says there's some people who every time they come up and talk to him, he's always got diarrhea. So I don't know if you want to use that. And he said, you know, it works. So nobody's ever going to stop you if you've got an upset tummy. So maybe that's something you can use if you want to move away quicker than expected. So hopefully that helps. And as I said, I'm happy to have a chat to you as well. So I have a big, bold and bold energy, and many people are put off, whether that be due to fear, threat, or jealousy. I feel a constant pressure to calm it down, but this is confusing to me, as I think this is my gift, and any advice might much be appreciated. Amanda, yeah, look, I think sometimes the people that we're around are the ones that don't want us to share our gift. If it's something that's fairly new that you've noticed, then it is possible to get to a point where you have to work out what that gift is and where that needs to be directed to. That sometimes can be a challenge in itself. I would tap into your intuition and just do some meditation around how you utilize that positively. And yes, absolutely, I agree with all that you said. You know, there are people out there who are jealous of you moving through. Declutter that person. You know, sometimes, yes, they do feel fearful or threatened by the fact that you are standing in your truth and in your confidence. And again, that sometimes means that you've got to remove those people from your circle. Once you start to remove those people, if they are to be removed from your circles, then it's really important to understand that you will open up opportunities to attract the people who actually will admire, support you, and really open their arms to work with you, or what, you know, however that energy is. So, you know, don't feel too concerned that this is happening. This is time for you to grow into your true self and really start to utilize that the best way that you know how. So hopefully that's helped you with your question. She clearly shows it's in the way that she is with me. Yeah, look, as I said, Michelle, sometimes it's just time to walk away from people, and you do that however you wish to, on a slow basis, or you can do it just not be available at the times that she wants. So I always show love and kindness. Yeah, and that's perfect, Sometimes it's just time to leave as well. So hopefully that's helped you, Michelle. I want to do this process for you, and it's all about grounding today. You're welcome, my dear. So get yourselves comfortable, and I want you to close your eyes and think about this as we go through. So just take a deep breath in, and, because grounding is a really important part to keeping your energy positive and up. So let's close your eyes, take that breath, a nice deep breath in, and then slowly let that go. And again, another deep breath in, and slowly let that out. And while you're keeping your eyes closed, I want you to visualize a ball of white energy surrounding the crown of your head. Slowly, it makes its way inside the top of your head. Now imagine that white ball of energy moving downwards and right through your body, and your aura is holding onto it. Imagine the ball of white energy is like a magnet, clearing everything up as it permeates further and further. Permeating further down your head and into your neck now, continuing on into your upper body and then your lower body. It's absorbing all that negative energy as it goes. And this white ball of energy moves downwards, passing through your hips and down into your legs, flowing down further and further into your feet. And as it moves into your feet, I want you to visualize the ball of energy with roots growing deep into the earth. And all the negative energy is going to be discharged into the earth where it can be neutralized. Once this energy has been released, grow the roots further downwards and outwards. These roots will draw up positive energy, sparkling white energy from Mother Earth. It will draw up the white energy through the roots and into the soles of your feet. And it will draw that white sparkling energy through the roots, sparkling energy moving up through your legs, through your hips and into your lower body. Now, as it's moving upwards into the body, then back through the neck and the head area. Ask that the energy be used in whatever part of your body, mind, or aura that is requiring that energy. And as you do that and wait for it to really take on that energy where it's needed the most, thank you, Mother Earth, for taking on this negative energy that I released. And thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. Now I want you to just slowly bring yourself back to where we are and let me know how you felt about that, because it's a simple process. You can do it anytime, and I would love for you to use that anytime that you want to. How are you all feeling? I'd love to know your comments. Let me know how you go, and you can use this process anytime. Psychic attacks come in many different forms, via forms of negative thoughts, negative astral beings, discarnate beings, psychic parasites, energy cords, negative elementals, and stagnant energy or dark angels, etc., etc. There's so many different forms. So remember that negative energy attracts negative energy. The dark spirits are only too happy to move into your physical bodies and auric fields, affecting your thoughts, words, desires, and feelings even more than what they may already be. So the best way to protect you through your psychic shield, you know, that's the best way I know. So I love that, especially thanks Amanda. Yeah, it's a really great process. So if it's okay with everyone, I'd also like to show you this second process, and this is in the form of a psychic protection. This protects your energy and boundaries during the course of a normal day, and there's 3 types of shields which can be used every single day easily and effortlessly. I know I use some of these in the morning when I wake up, or the 3 of them in the morning when I wake up. But before I go to sleep at night, I use 2 of them. So it's really powerful. We're going to look at, and it's really easy and effortlessly. Once we do this process, then you'll be able to do it really quickly and trigger it really quickly with just a word or 2 words. So the first one is about the white light. The second one is the bubbles. And the third one is the skin shield. So all 3 are very powerful, and you can choose to use 1 or all 3 in your day. As I said, I personally use 2 at night and I use 3 in the morning. So the white light is an everyday protection to prevent you from picking up other people's energy, negative thoughts and psychic attack. A little bit different to what we had in that white energy ball that we took down through our system. And when these other people's energies and negative thoughts and psychic attack, then, you know, they get into your auric field, and the white light repels them like water off a duck's back. And this white light can really spread like a blanket across your loved ones, possessions, your car, for the protection and healing of all of those things. So this one particularly, I use this process before I go to sleep at night to stop the psychic intrusion while I'm asleep. Because you know your subconscious mind just wanders off while you are literally staying asleep. And so it's really important to remember to protect that while you're sleeping. So, okay. Let's start with the second one is the bubbles, and these are really good to use when you feel you've been bombarded with other people's fear, negative thought forms. We've talked about this with a couple of you today, and, you know, excessive demands. So it's particularly good for those who are feeling depressed. And, you know, the bubbles protection process is about having the blue bubble for divine power, which is closest to your body, the gold, which is the divine wisdom, and the pink, which is the divine love, and that's the greatest distance from your body. The bubbles protection can be used with the white light or on its own. And these are the 2 that I use at night before I go to sleep. And I also use them both in the morning with the 3rd one. And as many times during the day that I feel might be necessary. And the 3rd one is the skin shield protection, and the protection is like a wetsuit. So imagine yourself in a wetsuit, and it's the one closest, it wraps you up tightly. And it has all the colors of the chakra. So at the base, we're starting with the red, which represents your base chakra, and can be used from the feet. So even though that's not where your base chakra is, if you're starting from the bottom, you're protecting your whole self. Next is the orange, which represents the sacral chakra and comes in at the top of the thighs. Then you have the yellow, which represents your solar plexus. And, you know, this comes in around your middle section. And next is the green one, and that represents your heart chakra. Of course, that's around your heart area. And then we go into the blue, which represents your throat chakra. This is your voice. This is your ability to speak out. Who was it that was talking about the fear? Amanda. You know, perfect for you to be able to stand up and speak out. And then the purple, which represents the 3rd eye in the middle of your forehead here. And finally, indigo, which is the crown chakra. So today I'm inviting you as I share these processes on how you can protect your energy psyche. First, we're going to start with the white light process. It's a little bit different to the negative energy, as I said, that we said before. So again, I ask you just to sit yourselves comfortably as you close your eyes and imagine the most powerful white light in the universe coming down from above. And we take a deep breath in and let that go. And hold it and then release it. And it's forming a dome around you and covering your whole body for protection. As it spreads out around your body, you can feel the light allowing its blanket of protection surround you. This is my white light protection. When I want to protect myself, I will say white light, white light, white light. And my white light protection dome will surround and protect me. Taking that deep breath in and letting that go, and relax as you start to wiggle your toes and fingers and familiarize yourself again with where you're at. So from this moment on, anytime you want to use the shield of protection, simply close your eyes, breathe, relax, and think white light 3 times and just say it. White light, white light, white light. I use this one every morning and every night before I go to sleep. And as soon as I wake up, before I even open my eyes. And I use it, if I have to get on a plane or a train or, public transport. I use it before I enter a shopping centre, anywhere where there's a lot of energy that's going to be flowing, before I walk into a network meeting. And this can really help you to center and ground yourself again. So the second process is the bubbles, and we're going to quickly move through this one with closing your eyes again and, taking that deep breath in. And this time, as you close your eyes and take the deep breath in, I want you to imagine having the blue surrounding you as they wrap closely around your body. As they circle and continue to circle around, they protect your divine power. Next, see those that are gold, which is now wrapping around your circle of blue. And as the gold continues to circle you, it protects your divine wisdom. And finally, as we move and see the pink ones, surrounding the gold, surrounding the purple, the blue, the pink are the furthest away from your body, circling and protecting your divine love. As you feel all 3 bubbles of blue, gold, and pink surrounding your body, inside your white light dome, it's protecting you more and more. When I want to protect my divine power, my divine wisdom, and my divine love, I will simply say bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. And my bubbles of protection of blue, gold, and pink will surround and protect me immediately. Slowly, as you start to come back to your breath and take a breath in and out slowly, relax, and as you start to wiggle your toes and fingers and become familiar with your surroundings again. From this moment on, anytime you want to use this shield, you simply close your eyes, breathe, relax, and think bubbles. You simply say bubbles, bubbles, bubbles 3 times, and you will be protected. Then the last one is the skin shield. This is the 7 colors of the chakras, and as stated, is like that of a wetsuit. The colors of the chakras, again, are starting from the base. Red, first of all, orange, moving up, lifting that up through the yellow, green, and blue, indigo, and finally the purple. all the same as the chakras or the colors of the rainbows. So close your eyes again and imagine a wetsuit type of shield being pulled up over your body in all the colors of the chakras. Starting with the red being the base of the root chakra. And as you start pulling that up further to the orange, the thigh area or the hip area, and the sacral chakra. Next, you start pulling that up, the yellow color, for your solar plexus chakra. So pulling that wetsuit up over your navel area and then pulling it up further up to the green chakra, up over the heart area. Pulling further up the blue chakra, and it's coming up over your throat area, up and over your throat chakra. Protecting your voice to stand in your truth and pulling up over the indigo or the third eye chakra. And then finally the purple chakra, the indigo chakra to the crown chakra. And then zipping it all the way from the base to above the crown chakra. And as you breathe in, zipping that all the way up and feeling the protection right up close to your skin and beneath the white light bubble, the white light and the bubble layers, providing full protection to you. When you want to protect your full energy, the skin suit will benefit you, and all you have to say is suit, suit, suit. And your suit protection of the colors of the chakra will surround and protect you immediately. Deep breath in and just feel yourself coming back to the room. As you come back in and slowly breathing that breath out, relax and start to feel comfortable with your familiar surroundings again. So this exercise is similar to the white light exercise. However, in this exercise, we use multicolors for the wetsuit or armor. And any time in the future where your subconscious mind becomes aware that you need protection, you can instantly trigger your shield of protection by saying the word suit 3 times. So each time you use this process, you're making the hypnotic program more and more powerful. It will become second nature to you. So that in the future, all you will have to do is say the words white light, white light, white light. Bubbles, 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 suit, suit, suit. And instantly you'll feel protected. I do it before I come on here as well, because I know that energies can be very profound coming through the electronic energies and that what I'm picking up on. And so I like to protect myself before I do that as well, because it's really important. And I do it when I'm working with clients as well. I do it before I do a Zoom call, and it's all because I really want to protect myself. It can be very draining doing this sort of work with people and getting them to work through some of these processes that hold them back. So, you know, there's other things you can do also to clear negative energy. Smudge your home and your car. Remember, you know, if the smudge stick doesn't light, there's a reason for that, because it means that that area does not require smudging. So what have we got here? Let's see some comments, especially Mother Earth. Yes. Thank you. You're welcome, Michelle. So simple, so effective. It certainly is, Amanda. And the process is done. So all you have to think are the 3 words and say them 3 times. And it really is quite profound. Hi, Brian. Welcome. Welcome. Michelle, beautiful to see all the sparkles. I love it. Yeah, it's fantastic. And Amanda, I love the multicolored wetsuit. Me too. That's my favorite. Oh, I do like the gold bubbles, actually. I really like the gold bubbles as well. And the white light bubble suit. Yep, perfect, excellent. So I'm glad you enjoyed that little process. As I said, there's so many other things you can do to clearing energy as well. Smudging is really great. You know, there's things you can do while smudging as well. I know if you YouTube, or actually if you message me, I can certainly send you a link for a smudging prayer, or even play the mikmah, the people's drums during a smudging process. They're all really helpful. I'm happy to email them to anyone who wants a copy. Simply write yes in the comments or private message me. Private message me would be great because Sarah has so many things to look after with this directory. Private message me on my Facebook page, Unique Vibrations, and I am so happy to forward that link on to you. If you wanted to provide me in that message with your email address, I'm happy to happy to send you the information to your email address. And, you know, whatever we can do to help each other, I think is always beneficial. We have an amount of information today that I trust you've all enjoyed. It's really quite powerful and it's really very simple. Like you said, who said it was simple? Yeah, Amanda. So simple to use these processes, and it, you know, I'm about simplicity. You know, I think everybody overcomplicates life. I don't want to be overcomplicating life. I don't want to be doing things that, you know, are going to create more stress and overwhelm in your life. So that's not what I'm about. So, you know, to keep things really simple is really important for me. I'm going to offer you guys today, for being here, a copy of my, I've just got to, whoops, bring this up again, a copy of my manifesting movie, which will be, I've just got to find it on here. I will put the link in because I really would love you to have this. This is valued at $97 and it's absolutely free today. So, you know, something that I would love for you to have to help you on your manifesting journey. Here we go. Let me write a comment in here. Hello. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Okay, there's that. It's absolutely worth having a look at. You can have a look through. I think there's a couple of different ones you can look at that will really help you on your way to manifesting. As I said, that's valued at $97. I've also invite you to my next Awaken Your Inner Power program, which is on the 28th of June. So if that's something that you're really interested in doing, that's next Friday at 10:30 a.m. And, you know, this is a 4-week program, and I really think that it's important for you guys to really open up and awaken that intuition and that inner power that you hold within. It's something you're obviously already on your journey because you're here watching us today. And to be able to take you through into another process, you know, for a 4-week period, an hour a week, that's all it is, an hour to an hour and a half a week. Really important to really continue on your journey. And, you know, if that's something that you're interested in, let me know. I'm also going to pop the link in for that. If you'd like to find out more about that, then please feel free to do that. I will also, whoops, I'll also put my link to my Facebook page in here so that you can message me nice and easily without going looking too far. That would be great. And okay. And this is my page. If you would like to contact me, message me about anything, if there's something I'm able to assist you with further, I'm more than happy to do that for you as well. And I really hope that you've enjoyed today's show. That 4-week program will help you to explore and discover and transform any current limitations and thresholds you might have. It will look into current patterns and eliminate them as you shift and create energy to awaken your inner power. We tap into and reinvent you and your business, particularly if you're in business. Start to attract more of what you want and deserve, and learn how to restore and retain the energy levels on a good, positive, high note, and adapt ways of self-care, mindfulness, and beliefs, both limiting and conditioning, decoding your DNA beliefs. So that's what we will look at in that 4-week program. If you're really interested in that, please book a complimentary call with me, which you can do on my website. I've put the link in there, so feel free to do that. And we'll determine where you're up to. You know, you might be better off just doing one of my challenges rather than looking at the 4-week program at this point. So, you know, it's entirely up to you. I'm here to help you out. I'm here every Friday at 12 noon Australian Eastern Standard Time. So remember, you are unique and you were born not to be ordinary. So go out and be extraordinary because you deserve it. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you all, and I certainly look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now. Have an extraordinary week.